Hey everyone, Colin Beckford here with an analysis of Shion Araya's 5th place Worlds 2019 1A Freestyle. Shion is one of the most legendary players of this past decade, having won Worlds twice in a row and also placing top 5 at Worlds for the past 5 years in a row. No one is really putting up those stats that consistently, so I have a lot of respect for him. His yo-yoing is clearly working well year after year, and this freestyle is another good example of that. He placed 5th, which is actually his lowest placing at Worlds. Still very good, but yeah, I've already recorded my clicks for this, so I'm going to commentate over his tricks. Just so you know, around his video, it'll highlight green for +1, it'll be blue for +2, and it'll be red for a negative, just so you know. Let's get into it. Fun fact, Shion actually won Worlds the first time it was in Cleveland, so this venue probably meant a lot to him. We're off to a pretty technical start from Shion. This is one of his more dense combos. He doesn't really do a ton of these, so I feel like it's good to put it in the beginning of his freestyle since it shows his variation very well. Very solid slack element there with the wrist mount. Overall, off to a very clean start. And he already goes into some horizontal very early on here. Again, this is very good for his variation. However, he does have some misses in it as these elements are very difficult. Now moving on to his front style. Again, great variation. Shion probably has some of the best front style in the world as well. As you can see, I'm giving a lot of these elements clicks, and he does them one right after another very fast. Also ending that trick in a -3 hook, very difficult. This horizontal is also super difficult, and he's doing it in front of his body in a different direction than the last horizontal you saw. So it's adding even more different trick types to his variation. Continuing on with even more horizontal, this time behind his back. He does some very difficult hops in this one, as you can see. That recapture in front of him is not very easy by any means, so I gave that 2. And he does a very difficult bind to end out that first song. This arm combo is very solid. This is the beginning of his second song, so he kind of does a bigger trick to show some sort of transition. That hop is very good. And unfortunately, he missed that hook. It looks like a 3.0 hook, I believe, but yeah. Now on to his hop combo. Very, very solid here. Going above his head as well. These are all very solid elements to add to your freestyle. Good for variation as well as space use. With some even more over the head elements. That slack one he's about to do right there is very difficult. Now Shion is about to do his signature rail combo. This is one of his most iconic tricks, very fast, and he does a lot of elements in it as well. As the song is picking up in pace, he's doing a lot of these quick hooks and whatnot. It definitely increases the energy level. Unfortunately, he missed that at the end, but onto this next combo. Some good whips here. All very clear to see elements, which are smart for Shion to add into his freestyle, since a lot of his other tricks are very speed-based. Now we've got some more horizontal. These hops are all very good, and he's able to do them so quickly one right after another. They're just great for scoring. If you can't do horizontal very fast, I don't know if it's worthwhile to do a lot of it, but Shion is fast in all of his horizontal combos, so it's very worthwhile for him. Ending his freestyle here with a pretty technical combo for Shion. We've got some hooks too, which are choreographed to the music, and a very solid bind to end out the freestyle. As you can see, I scored that pretty high, 137 -8. As I mentioned earlier, Shion is technically one of the best yo-yoers from a clicking perspective still. That holds true, as you can see there. However, as I said as well, 5th is the lowest place he's gotten at Worlds, which is pretty interesting because that was a very clean freestyle still. And the reason why I think this may be the case is that I feel like yo-yo competitions are getting very more deliberate in terms of a perspective for performance nowadays. I really feel like in order to win Worlds, you need to have some sort of complete package involving not only great tricks from a scoring perspective, but also some sort of overall feeling that the freestyle provokes. Shion already has the great tricks down, but I feel like his freestyles the past few years have been kind of incohesive in terms of the music he uses and the tricks he does. For example, I think his past 2 freestyles at Worlds have consisted of 2 separate songs that aren't really similar to each other combined, and the tricks that he does in each song don't really have any special meaning to the music, I would say. Although, needless to say, he does have good choreography in terms of yo-yoing at a certain speed that the song is going at and hitting cues and whatnot. But I feel like for Shion, that overall feeling isn't really there as much as someone like Gentry or Evan would have. That's just what I think, though. Shion is still a very, very great yo-yoer. As you can see here, he got 5th at Worlds at one of the most difficult years ever. So I'm a big fan as well, and I'm excited to see what he does this year. He could still bounce back and win depending on how he adjusts his tricks and his overall freestyle, so we'll see what happens. Overall, hope you enjoyed this analysis, and let us know in the comments who you'd like to see a video of next. Peace.